offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it, but whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
6-0 our score after 1. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. On play action, it's Rodgers. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this a Thursday anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
James now to return it. Fights through it. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return, and it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York ready to go again offensively. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun. Jones. Throw right side, taken in by Bellinger. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 33. Back to throw again. Another pass complete to Bellinger. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
A nice chunk play from the tight end position, and it illustrates the cohesiveness that he and his quarterback have. Both saw the extra defender doubling him up, and they still combined for the completion and big gain.
A solid stiff arm, and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another 1st. Barkley. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. So 2nd and goal, and standing by himself in the backfield, Barkley. He'll get it up the middle. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So the 2nd down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. Nixon elects not to return it, and this comes out to the 25. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now left side on the swing pass. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Second and 11 now. Here's Rodgers to throw. It gets it over the middle to Cobb. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing is Rodgers. Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Rodgers, he'll go right back to Tunyon. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Rodgers now to throw. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half. But the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So we come upon halftime with our score 14-0. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Back to you guys in a bit. But first, we welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. First up, though, a look at the next-gen stats for the Packers in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Giants, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half. Both teams making their final adjustments for the second half to come. And to bring the action your way, we go back to MetLife Stadium and Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Giants about set to go to begin this third quarter. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He stiff arms him and past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a 1st down.
Give him a little extra credit there. His head was cool as the play broke down. Didn't force a throw, and in the end, got to show off his athleticism with a nice gain to bring up a new set of downs.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. He's got Bellinger. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Jones with a handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Back to throw. Jones. This pass into the hands of Bellinger. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones, and he rifles one incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Pass to Bellinger on the crossing route. Touchdown! Daniel Bellinger, 42 yards. And the Giants take a 3-touchdown lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical, that's one of the words you've taught me, and they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely, you also drain clock too with a drive like that, so you really give yourself an advantage.
Jones throwing for it, and he's got it. So the try for 2 successful, and that bumps their lead up even further. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Packers now. They get set for their first possession of half number 2. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And this is taken into the end zone. A fumble recovery and a Giants touchdown. So the big fella gets on the scoreboard with a return for a touchdown. Good thing he didn't have to go too far, though.
You know the trainers were very happy about that. Imagine having to go get him in the end zone, escort him to the bench, and give him the oxygen. They were loving the fact that he got in without having to run very far.